Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. It's one of our first videos after Hurricane Helen, so don't know where it's going to fall in what you see, but just know we're still trying to get things back together. As you can see, our edges all blown apart, and we're going to talk about why. So we've got okay guys, like I said, we appreciate you tuning in. Matthew, he got most of this tore apart before the hurricane, and we were waiting on belts. That's what happened. Broke a belt. You run anything with belts on it, they're eventually going to wear out and break. I'll save you the trouble. If you got one of these EG100s, this is the kind of belts you need. That's part number for it. We've had a dickens of time. I got two of them. I actually got them back on here. They're brand new green stripe belts. They're a lot better quality than your normal belt. They're kind of expensive for what they are. But we've run around this morning trying to get the other two and just give up. They got lost in transit somewhere to our local CarQuest dealer. He said he could have them in a few days. I said, just let me know when you get them. I'm gonna go home. We only broke one, so we had three good ones left. We're gonna put two of them back on. I hate to do that because it is a little bit of a challenge to get to. If you look over here, you can see we got the conveyor outfeed, we got our lid, and then there's the roller outfeed table off of it. You got to get all that off to get down in here because there's a main shaft that goes from the motor all the way back to the back side of the machine. And I give them credit. They designed it to where if you take this back pillar block off, you can slip this belt in and it'll go across that shaft.
As long as you read the instructions.
As long as you read the manual. Matthew read the manual. I was afraid we was going to have to slide the shaft, but they designed it to where you could do it without having to pull the shaft out. But you still got to get deep into the machine, and it's nothing you can't do. You can manage it. Lots of parts and pieces. Always keep your manual. I'd say probably the most aggravating thing is these tensioners, because there's not quite enough room to get a ratchet in there, and you got to use a wrench. And they got nylock nuts on them, so it's a slow turn to get them out, but it's all manageable. Like I say, this is our first real video we're filming after the hurricane. I hope everybody's okay.
Yeah, we got power back yesterday evening.
Yeah, yesterday, October the 2nd, we finally got power restored. We still don't have internet, so I don't know when this will get uploaded. I did break down today, and I ordered Starlink. I'll hopefully not have to suffer this aggravation again. Yeah, I got a generator. Everybody around here's got a generator, but with no internet, we got no phone service. We got no way to upload videos, no way to call if you had an emergency. If we had an emergency, you're just going to have to get somebody in a vehicle and take them, because there's no way to communicate to emergency services that you need help. And I've already stated that I'm very disappointed in our country in the 21st century. We're still relying on old Ma Bell technology for our emergency communications. So I'm gonna do my part. We're gonna upgrade to a better system. And if you're in town, you got good cable, it never goes down, that's different. But we're out here in the country and we got internet over telephone service, and it's very unreliable, so we're making a change. Enough about that. Our edge, been very pleased with it. We're into it deeper than we've been in a while. Nothing seems to be wearing, nothing's wore out. What caused this is there's a spot over here where a piece of wood could fall down in. Let's show you here. Every now and then you get a piece of bark or a piece of wood that'll fall down in this hole, and it'll rub on the belt. And if you don't see it and get it out of there, you know, it'll do this. It'll eventually wear through the belt. Nothing wrong with a belt, just, you know, foreign material falls in there and causes trouble. So we're gonna, we still got all our tools laid out. We hadn't even cleaned up the tools from last week. We'll take you along. Shouldn't take long to put this back together. So let's get to it. Okay guys, we're gonna show you how this belt gets on this shaft. They made just enough room here that if you take your belt from the outside, you can squeeze it through just like that. There it is. Just a little fiddly, but you can get it in there. And it rides on this carrier bearing and this one, which I've got it loose for ease of installation. Now we're going to put the pillar block bearing with our remote filter, our remote grease fitting back on it outside, just like so. Remember which way the bolts went. And I go get a battery for impact. That's pillar block installed. Now this is what makes it to where you can get the belts off. This center bearing, it slides. This slides back and forth here. And what they've done is they got this bracket here that captures that and holds it. But you can also take it loose, and these belts can go through here, through this hole, and then you can change the front ones. So we'll give them credit. That was very well thought out, very well executed. Just got to put it on the right way. There we go. It looks like it went the other way. This carriage bolt's got a square hole on this side to hold the carriage bolt. Okay. There's that rest all right there. Now we got a little dirt bird. There we go. Now we got that attached. I gotta get these belts up here on this. I've got this loose to help get them up. Need all the space I can manage. If you can grab the shaft and spin it just a little bit, they'll roll right on. Kind of a three-handed job.
That one just went right on.
There we go. Now this needs to get tightened back up. Like I say, it's not too bad. Not as bad as I thought when we first figured out we was going to have to get into it. Worst thing is getting the tables off of it. Getting the conveyor.
That's not bad.
Getting the conveyor belt and everything out of the way.
We've had choppers and planes going all over for days now.
Yeah, the relief effort is finally kicked into full gear. There's a lot of helicopters, Chinooks. I haven't seen any Black Hawks, but anything.
I've seen a couple, but they were more like Red Cross trying to get Hey, get people out.
Yeah, anything that could haul people or supplies has been going overhead. Like I say, we weren't hit super hard here, but areas nearby were just absolutely devastated. So that's on there. Now the worst part, we got to put our tensioner back on. Tension the belts. Okay, it's got to fit into that slot down there. All the way down, I might be able to tighten it up, get it close. Okay, that's the easy side because you can get to it here and put tension on it. Let me get it out of the way. This side, unfortunately, here's your tensioner, and the only place you can tighten it is right where my hand needs to be, pulled up on that. I'm hoping I got enough room here. There we go. I can probably get a pry bar in that hole, and our bolt we will tighten. Our nut is right there. Let me get something for Matthew to hold tension on it with, and I'll tighten it up. Got all we need done right there, just basically holding it. Yeah, that's super tight.
Oh, we don't want it super tight. Yeah, tight, but not gosh almighty.
You running?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is how much tension you can get. One turn your wrench over, one little bit. But all you gotta do is loosen it up to get tension off. You don't necessarily have to take the tensioner off like I did the other side. Okay, there we go. That should be it here. I can technically run it. The chain drive's not gonna work good because this roller here is on the bed and it holds the chain tight. But got good tension on them. So I think that's gonna do it. We're gonna put all this stuff back together, see if we can make it run, because we don't like to work without it. It's so handy. Once you get used to one and you don't have it, you're like, oh man, we gotta get that fixed. So give us a minute, get it organized. We're gonna put the conveyor beds and everything back on it. We'll be right back. Luckily that went back together pretty easy. 2 bolts, and it had some tabs that set on. Because let me tell you, that piece is heavy. It has all your anti-kickback fingers built into it. These are heavy.
Yeah. But it sits on a tab right here and on a tab right here. And you can see the dust line where it sits at.
That made getting it back on a lot easier. So with that on, we can stick our conveyor table back in. It's kind of cumbersome, but it drops right back in. I gotta come all the way to here. Okay. Still be I can't see it, so you tell me what you want.
Just a little bit. Where's the other one at?
Way right there. Like, with all them moving parts, it's a finger getter.
Just kick it.
There. Okay, that's no fun. It's got a leg here that pivots, and you got this arm that pivots. A lot of places catch your fingers if you're not paying attention. But it's back in there. Okay, we'll go ahead and run it before we put all the covers back on it, make sure we're happy with it. So.
Pull that up. Let's see where this goes.
What?
Open the lid. This has to get fed through real quick.
Can't you stay right there?
I'm making sure that it's not sitting where it's at.
It's over near, bro. Make sure.
Got it all cleaned off now.
Okay, we're happy with it. We're gonna put our blades back on it, spin it up with a little weight on it. All that's left really, put the end feed table over there and the rest of our safety covers back on. Give it a good greasing. It's time for a greasing. And Matthew found something the other day. Oh, let me get you over here where you can see. When you undo this nut, we've been just grabbing a pair of pliers that hold it there, but they actually made a square spot on the shaft where you can get a 24 millimeter and another 24 millimeter and tighten your blade up without having to use a pair of channel locks or vice grips, either one. See it right down in there. It's just slotted. Let it come over here and hold us up. So we've had it for a year and a half and didn't know it did that. Well, probably would have if we'd read the instructions from start to finish, but you know how that goes. So let's get this outfeed or in feed table in this case on, and our rear safety cover. Let's lay it over here against the wall. Went ahead and blowed it off while we had it apart. Took our hose, blowed the back off, chain drive, and sprayed some dry lube on it. Put that cover on the end feed, and we'll give it a run. Put a board through it. This one is
I didn't want to overdo it because it's those same. There's another one that's sitting there on the side of this. 8. There's something on there that's 7. I don't know what it was.
okay. That's all back together. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pull this motor belt off and replace it. I just noticed a big crack in it I didn't see the other day, but we're going to give it a quick grease while we're here, and we'll run a board to it. Hopefully call it good. Okay guys, we got it back together, got it greased up, got a board sitting here. We're gonna run a test run real quick, see if we're happy with it, and move on to something else. It's gonna get loud, I gotta turn all the blowers on to run it. Okay guys, there we go. One belt change on our edger. I would have preferred to put 4 new ones on it while we were in there, but you know, with all the hurricane stuff, it's just unavailable right this second. So put 2 new ones on the inboard side, hardest one to get to. Put the 2 good used ones back on the outboard. I'll get 2 more, they'll be hanging on the wall. So we'll have them for next time. We're gonna have to round up a drive belt for it because it's got a bad crack in it. Things wear out. I mean, this thing gets used hard, so it's well old too. Yeah, it's well worth putting the money in to keep it up running. So, got any questions on the edger? You know, shoot them to me. I'll try my best to answer them. I apologize in advance. I've had mountains and mountains of comments over the last 6-7 days, and I just don't have enough internet to even try to answer them. Most of them got a like and a heart. That's the best I can do with limited internet. I done told you we're going to remedy that problem. It takes about 2 weeks for that to come in, and Matthew's looking forward to it. He's doing all our editing. More internet is better.
Video on it.
Yeah, we'll do a video on putting Starlink in. And if you're in a rural area, I highly suggest something besides cell phone service. National emergency radio, something. You can't depend on the old telephone service to help you out when you need it. There's been lots of people in our area that's been trapped, and people literally had to walk into, where the roads were destroyed, walk into their house and say, hey, are you okay? I've seen numerous, one little Facebook, we were in Greenwood a couple days and I got a decent signal and I could update Facebook. Lots of people sending out help questions, so-and-so lives here, I can't hear from them, can somebody check on them, stuff like that. So just for peace of mind, it may be something you want to consider. I'm going to do it. Been wanting to do it for a while and should have done it, and now I'm going to. So anything else on this, Matthew? If you don't have an edger, it's not for every sawmill. If all you do is mobile mill, you do not need one of these. You do not need to take one of these, I think, mobile milling with you. I don't know that you can charge enough to offset the cost of buying one that's mobile. If you can, let me know. But in a stationary environment, they're well worth every penny, especially with 2 people working. When I'm making boards, Matthew's taking flitches and making boards out of them. And he makes a bunch of them here today. So it's a good tool. The 100, it has its limits. 2 inches thick. You can do a 12-inch wide board. The throat will handle a 20-inch wide flitch. Given the money, I would prefer a EG100, but you better be making some money to afford that. That's a big step up. But for a small operation, it's just me and Matthew. 100 is excellent. And we still edge on the mill when it's more convenient, or the flitches are too big for whatever reasons. But guys, we appreciate you hanging in there with us. Sorry about being, down and out for a few days. It's just the way life turns. Can't get upset about it. Sometimes you just need to step back, slow down a few days, and reevaluate things and pick it back up and go. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to get things back up rolling. It's been 7 days since we saw a log. It's been a while since we went that long. But we're getting ready to throw some wood up here and do some sawing. As always, we appreciate you watching, guys. Don't forget about son-in-law Solomon at Third Beard Fishing. Give them a check out. Also, their design company, 525 Designs. They'll be glad to help you out any way they can. That's going to do it. Stay safe. And as always, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.